And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Here we go. Love Ask Roz and Mocha. Here we go. Matt, how you doing? You're first up. What's going on?
Good. How are you guys?
Good, buddy. Welcome to the podcast. What is your question?
I was just wondering, do you guys do your own home renos or do you hire people in?
Interesting. I just went through this. I will do light stuff. Like I just had a huge problem with my bathroom where we had a water problem. It was coming out from somewhere. And so what I did was I did all the things I thought I could do because we had a mold problem where mold was crawling up the wall. And then I pulled the vanity out. I unhooked the plumbing and pulled the vanity out, and the entire back of the vanity was all covered in mold. So I wound up taking
That you need a professional.
I took all the drywall off, and the mold was only on like the first 6 inches. So the whatever was wet was coming up from the floor, and cut all the drywall off, replaced all the drywall, mud, sand, everything else. And then those two corners, we have a shower stall, right? But I thought the water has to be coming from there. Logic would have. And then so I caulked all, resealed everything in the shower, all this other stuff, and then it was fine because we just didn't use the bathroom at that point, right? And then I realized there was a leak in the faucet in the shower stall. And then so I had a plumber come over, and I was like, can you just pull this off and let me know if you can see behind where the leak was? And then so he just pulled the whole thing out, and he's like, I don't have time to do this, at all right now. So I was like, okay, cool. So he went away, and we just didn't use that bathroom because I'd unhooked the sink. I had brand new drywall up, everything else. And I went down there 4 days later to just sand down the drywall and put paint up so I could hook the sink back up. And all that brand new drywall that I had put in was soaking wet.
Oh, no.
Right.
No.
And
from?
we hadn't even used the shower.
So the leak's coming from somewhere else.
Pull off all that drywall. And then I was like, I'm out of options here. I don't know how to fix whatever is going to be wrong. If it's like leaking under the tub and underneath the subfloor, everything else. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. So I had the plumber come back over, and he pulled up the toilet, and he said that the toilet was installed in such a way that it shouldn't have even worked for as long as it did because it was so poorly installed. So water was leaking out of the bottom of the toilet on an angle down into the wall every time you flush the toilet.
Oh, and that's years.
Right? And that's years, right? And so he fixed that. So he fixed the toilet, and then I did, again, ripped off all the drywall, all brand new drywall, redid the vanity, did all the plumbing for the vanity. Like, I'll do all that stuff, but I couldn't identify a problem. Like, my level of sort of things, especially a water problem, because if you have water problem in, like, the very back of the house, the water could be getting in at the very front of the house, and water just finds its way. So I'm fine to do stuff like that as long as I don't I'm not good at diagnosing what the problem is, right? But I can do minor repairs. But other than that, I love having contractors over. I use the same guys all the time, and they're great.
Same.
So you're like that too, though, right?
Yeah, I can do minor things, but like the major kind of identifying the problem and doing those kind of fixes, I can't, especially when it comes to water, right?
Right.
Especially. Like, we have a plumber friend who will come and help us out with that stuff. But for very minor things, you mentioned, like, doing the basic caulking in the home, in the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I had to do that recently in one of our bathrooms. I have to do the outside window.
Yeah.
So that stuff is super easy.
Have you done drywall yet?
I have. I know how to do drywall.
Yeah.
I can swap out faucets. I can do toilet. Obviously not major electrical, but like to switch out like a light fixture. That's easy stuff. But yeah, for certain things, you gotta call the pros.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Well, I'm actually a contractor myself, so that's why I was just wondering.
Oh, okay. Are there, do you get called to do jobs that are, like, you're surprised that you're being called upon because people know maybe a potential client just knows so little?
Sometimes, but in the world that those people are out there that don't have that kind of skill at all.
Yeah.
You just got to help them out as much as you can.
I try to use YouTube as much as I can to learn what I can before saying, okay, well, I give up. I need a pro.
Yeah.
Here.
I just think that as not even as a man, but just as a person, as an adult person, okay, you should have the skill of being able to remove a ceiling light fixture and install a ceiling fan if that's what you want in that room.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of work to me, okay, is a basic human skill simply because it's that kind of job that you are going to wind up paying somebody an incredible amount of money to do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
Right.
labor at that point, what you're paying for, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you will pay somebody more than you paid for the ceiling fan
absolutely.
to come and install it. And realistically, if you just took an afternoon to learn what you need in order to do that, it's like that time of your life, like taking, 3-4 hours to just like learn. You are like, you're saving yourself so much money, but you're also learning new things.
Completely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Take care.
Maury doesn't do anything.
I can't
Please.
do a damn thing. So
No.
we have Matthew's brother that does it all.
Yeah, and he's an actual contractor, right?
Yeah, Patrick's a contractor. Michael's a contractor.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just call them.
He has
Yeah.
2 brothers?
He has 3 brothers.
And
3 brothers?
Yeah,
How have we never heard of Matthew's 3 brothers?
Patrick, Michael, and Alex.
I've never heard of damn it, Patrick. What is it? Damn it.
Michael, Patrick, and Alex.
Can I
I've
tell
never
you what
heard of them.
Can I tell-
Michael's very good looking.
Can I tell you what I think has happened? Is
What?
now that Maury mentions that, right? I know Maury has mentioned Matthew's brother over the years. But I think that Maury tells different stories about different brothers. But in my head, because I just don't remember the names because I don't care and I'm bad with stuff like that, I only ever think that Maury's telling a story about one brother.
No, anytime he's ever told a story, it's always been about one brother.
But what I mean is in my head,
Yeah.
it's one brother. But Maury on the show has probably told stories about different brothers. But in my head, Matthew only has one.
Oh.
So I just think it's the same brother he's telling a story about.
Have you?
No, I've talked about all 3.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, how old are they? They older than Matthew or younger?
Patrick and Michael are both in their 30s.
Yeah.
Alex just turned 20.
You notice how he didn't say older or younger than Matthew?
So so all 3 of them are younger.
Yes.
yes.
So why don't you just
because
yeah.
Matthew will beat his ass when he gets home.
Because Matthew's turning 40 this year.
So
Is he?
what do those brothers do?
Patrick and they're all in the trades.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's good to have in the family, though,
Oh,
man.
it's
If you
amazing.
got contractors and stuff like that in the family, oh, what a joy.
So what are you doing for
You save
Matthew's
so much
40th?
money.
Actually, Michael has. We had plans, but nothing's happening. Matthew's brother Michael has been on that show, Rescue 401.
Really?
You know that show where there's like the tow trucks on the highway and in a storm and blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
Heavy
Yeah.
Rescue.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Michael's been on that show a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he drives like a big tow truck.
Oh, my God. That's so funny.
love that show.
That's so funny. So, wait a second. So, what was the plans for Matthew's 40th?
Originally, I was going to take him to like surprise him and take him to Portugal.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Why?
not?
Well, because we have a dog now.
Oh,
And?
right.
Yeah,
And he
well,
won't pay for it.
No.
No.
And then we were going to like do a party. He doesn't.
No, but
want a
nobody
party.
can look after the dog?
No.
Now, when Matthew says he doesn't want a party, is he just like saying, I don't want a
No,
party,
he
but
legit.
really
Like
wants a
I know
party?
my husband somewhat well.
Yeah.
And I know that if he
Somewhat
says
well.
something
Yeah.
a certain way, it
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
don't do it.
I'm familiar with my husband.
I admire his work.
Moises asks, since Roz just released a book, does that make him a smooth, cool author now?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
David says, is Roz going to make another lasagna this year for Damn It Maury?
Are we gonna? Yeah, that's a good question because we said that it was last year and the year before where I said Maury wanted a lasagna because he loves a lasagna, and I said as soon as we get to 5 days of below zero temperatures for a full 24-hour period each day, I'll make you lasagna because I only like making lasagna in the winter. And we went through one winter where we did not have 5 consecutive days of below zero temperatures.
Yeah, so zero lasagna.
And then last year, we did at the very end, we squeaked in 5 days, and I made good, and I made him a lasagna.
Are we going to do it?
Nah.
Oh, come on.
Maybe we'll do something else.
Hassan Ali says, question for the room. What's your go-to hobby and what made you get into it?
Stamp collecting.
Is that your actual go-to hobby though? Like you're actively stamp collecting, Maury?
I still go to the post office often and buy the first day covers
You do.
What? Where do you keep them?
in
You have
my
like a book?
grandfather's stamp collection.
Yeah.
It's like an official
Like on his dying
stamp
bed, I said
collector's
I would keep it going.
book?
You
Yeah?
did, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually kind of sweet. So like you keep it going for your grandfather?
There are stamps in there that are worth a bloody fortune, and I just can't bring myself to sell them because I feel like that. Because I talk to him in the shower daily, and I feel like he'll stop talking to me if I sell his stamps.
So here's the question, though, is that you got to take care of that, right? So where does this stamp collection go that you then took over and kept going for your grandfather? Where does that go when you're not around or you no longer have the ability to sort of carry it on?
I'd like to pass it down to my brothers.
Have you talked to them about that?
No, I assume that they would just do it, but I probably should tell them.
But they're like, how old are they? You know,
like 19.
How old were you when you took over?
12.
You were 12, so you were still a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
would they be into it? You think?
I know, but they could be like 60.
Yeah.
By the time this happens, you know what I mean?
Do you think I'm going to live that much longer?
I mean,
Okay,
how,
so
how
they're
are you
gonna-
now?
how
yeah,
old
I
is-
think you at least have 15 years left.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think you'll make. I
Yeah.
think you'll. I think you'll make it
So
to
Daniel
60.
and Kyle will be like in their 30s.
Yeah.
Right?
You think they're gonna want to do that?
Well, I mean, it's in a tradition. Like, you have no choice.
But
Like,
if you
tradition's
haven't talked to
tradition.
them about it and they
Yeah.
have like no idea, they're just going to be like, oh, this boring ass book of stamps.
They're gonna sell them immediately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Knowing Daniel, yes, absolutely. And he'll buy, knowing him, he'll buy hockey gear.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. No, you have to make sure that that's in hands. Like
We're already giving them the car,
You're giving them what car?
my Yaris.
When
The
you
2011
die.
rusted Brockahole Yaris.
Hold on a second here, Maury. If
We're like literally doing our wills as we speak.
Maury, if you die 2040, right? Okay. You're going to give them your 2009
Look,
Yaris?
I was sitting at the dining room table, bored out of my mind, and Matthew's asking me all these questions, and I would just agree. He's like, "Should the Yaris go to Daniel and Kyle?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, go." Yeah, and so he wrote that. He literally wrote on the notes of the will, the Yaris, 2011 Toyota Yaris goes to Daniel and Kyle. Like, he wrote all this down. I didn't care. I'm going to
Wow.
be dead. What do I care?
I hope they don't fight over it. Shem, do you have any hobbies outside of the show?
I mean, is singing a hobby? Like, I mean, that would be the
Yeah.
only thing that I think that I
sure.
do, really. And I've started that when I was 4.
Yeah.
It's a hobby
Yeah.
until you make money doing it.
I've made money off singing, though. Like, I've done different gigs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Like, I've
What
sung at
about-
weddings and things of that nature.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's a hobby.
Do you know what I mean?
We'll-
Like,
we'll give
something's
that
a
to
hobby
you.
until you get paid for it.
Yeah. No, but Shem, aside from singing, right?
Yep.
Because that's almost like a calling. You know what I mean? Like, that's just something that you're just so good at. Do you have any of those things? Like, when we're talking hobbies, like, let's say, I don't know, like collecting something, or cooking, I would say, is a hobby, or like golf, I guess you could say, is a hobby.
Okay.
Or
This is a previous hobby. in
Yeah.
a previous lifetime. I used to collect soap opera digest magazines.
there we go. This is what I was looking for. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I used to religiously. Okay, so I was so embarrassed to even buy them. I would get my sister to go in and purchase them for me
Yeah.
because it was just kind of awkward. I was like, I'm in high school or university, really.
Okay. So the obsession started in high school.
Yeah.
It really did. And I used to be obsessed with like General Hospital at the time, Young and the Restless, and Passions.
So what would you get out of these? What would they like? Would it be interviews with the stars, or would it be spoilers, or what would it be?
Oh, listen, spoilers, behind the scenes stuff that you didn't just get off the internet. Interviews, which would be really great. And again, the biggest thing for me were the spoilers. Like, I would personally, I would put on VHS like 2 weeks worth of soaps, and then I would spend my entire weekend watching 10 episodes of Passions and General Hospital.
Yeah.
And then I would go, and then again, like almost like a little treat for myself, I would then open up the magazine and then read some spoilers for the following 2 weeks that I was going to watch later on. I loved it.
I can't tell. Let me tell you something. This is very confusing to me to have a guy have that soap opera hobby, because now I can't figure out if you lost your virginity at 14 or 40 or 35. You know what I mean? Like, it's either one of the two. Like, it may, you know what I mean? Because that is like, because when you were younger, if you were into something when you were younger that girls were also into, like, sometimes that was like a gateway to just like get them to like open up and spend time with girls that maybe
Oh, like
wouldn't have.
boondoggle.
Like boondoggle? What the hell is
Like bracelet
boondoggle?
making.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll give you boondoggle. I don't even know what boondoggle is.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, yeah. Did that get
so-
you close with girls, Maureen?
Absolutely.
Oh, there we go.
What happened to your collection, Shem?
You still have
nothing happened to the collection.
You still have it, huh?
Still there.
Is that your mom's?
No, it's with me.
It's with you.
Why would I give it to my mom? No.
Right, I don't know.
Can you remember the last one you bought? Like, what was the last one in the collection before you were like, I'm done?
It would have been when I left university. So this is 2009 is when I left university.
They don't print it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No, I've seen it. I've seen Soap Opera Digest. Yeah, I've seen it.
That's like me with when I was younger. But I had a rule, which was interesting. Me and my buddy came up with this rule, right? Which is when it came to porn, which was you could have all the porn you wanted, right? Magazines, videos, everything else. But the rule was if you ever moved, right, from one apartment to another apartment, everything else, you got rid of it all and started fresh. Because nobody ever wanted that box to be the one that like fell open on a sidewalk when your buddies were helping you move and everything else, right?
I had that happen.
So before you moved, you had to clear out all your and you started fresh when you went to a new place, right? And I always did that. I always threw everything out and then started fresh when I went to a new
What
place.
if you had like your favorite in there? Boner Jams Volume 11.
Nothing.
This literally happened to me when the movers were moving my night table and the drawer opened and all the VHSs were there.
Yep. See, that's why you clean house, you purge. It was the purge, and you had to get rid of it all before you move. Shem read my book, right?
I was just
how much in my book do I talk about? Shem?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Damn, spoiler alert.
But yeah, no, that was always my rule. I'm not saying that that's my hobby. Okay, I don't want that to be.
No, too bad. We got to move on next. We got to move on. Katie says here, we'll make a PB&J.
We'll make a baby in jail.
No, when you're making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
Do you use the same butter knife in the peanut butter as you would the jam?
I've never had one.
Do you care about contaminating the jar of jam with peanut butter and vice versa?
Interesting question. I've never had a PB&J.
I use the same knife.
You use the same knife more.
No,
I'll put
I
it in
used
the
to.
peanut butter first, then I'll lick the knife and then put it in the jam.
Gross. I use individual knives.
You do. Shem?
Let me tell you something. On my own, I'll use the same one.
Of course.
I'm sorry. On my own, I'll switch it up. If I were to ever be around my parents, my Guyanese parents, and use two different things.
Oh, that's what you get smacked with. Really,
Get
huh?
smacked with that.
Well, I'm not using two knives because Matthew won't let knives go in the dishwasher.
Why?
He says that the dishwasher doesn't clean knives properly, so we have to wash the knives
Like
by
their
hand.
dishwashers are knife resistant? That's so weird.
What kind of knife is dishwasher resistant?
That's so odd. Do you guys remember? I can't remember which brand it was, but there was a jar that had peanut butter and jelly in them. And the way they filled the jar, it was like on the outside of the jar, it looked like one stripe of peanut butter and then a stripe of jelly, and then a stripe of peanut butter, stripe of jelly, stripe of peanut butter, and it went all the way around. What was it?
Goober from Smuckers.
Yeah. Smucker's brand. Yeah.
And so when you opened it, what did it look like?
It just looked like rows of peanut butter and then jelly all next to each other. So then when you stuck your knife inside and you take a swipe, you're getting a little bit of everything.
Oh my God, look at this.
Yeah.
It's like Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That looks great. No, I've never had a PB&J. I've never had one.
You never even been curious?
No.
Really?
No.
Have you ever had just jam or just peanut butter?
Yep.
Has your daughter, like when she was growing up, did she ever have?
A peanut butter jelly sandwich?
Uh-huh.
No.
Really?
No.
Catherine?
Maybe. I don't
Did
know.
you
We
grow
never
up,
really
like,
discuss it.
In your house growing up, you and your brother, like your mom never made PB&J for you guys?
No, I never wanted one.
Oh.
No, never wanted one. Never
Okay,
had
so it
one.
makes sense
But
then.
I love peanut butter on toast.
Oh,
bro, so
my
good
God.
when the peanut butter gets melty.
The best.
It's the best. And I don't mind a jam. Like I'm fine with jam. My brother used to eat. He never liked jam. He always liked grape jelly. On toast.
I love that.
You
And
do?
especially when it gets
like a
same
Welch's
thing,
grape jelly?
When it gets a little
good.
melty on there.
Yeah. That's just so sweet though, huh?
I know. It's all sugar.
Bro,
That's all it is.
So sweet.
Let's see here. Giancarlo says, would you rather be a star of a movie franchise trilogy or the star of a successful 7-season TV series?
7-season. I'm going to say film franchise because historically films take less time of your life to shoot than television shows do.
And I think you might make more money off of a film I guess depending on what the contract is like, you could potentially make more money off of a film trilogy than you would 7 seasons on a TV show.
Yes, you would. Also, I have movie star good looks. So, why are you laughing? What the hell? What's the matter with you guys?
I'm just agreeing.
Wow.
Shut up.
Yo, ever since this guy wrote a book, huh? No, yeah, my answer is definitely movie franchise.
Definitely.
Trilogy.
Now, if you could, is there a franchise right now in the world that you would be like, I could be that guy?
Oh, man.
Like realistically, where like you could legitimately like sell that role.
Okay. Can I just add something there?
Yes.
Instead of being the guy, can I be the guy's best friend?
Sure. Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So like, can I be, like in Top Gun, Maverick's best friend, or in Mission Impossible, can I be his best friend?
So you want to be Simon Pegg in Mission Impossible?
Oh yeah, that's right. He's already got his best friend.
No, like like give me a character that you could like give me a franchise.
I'm just creating one.
No, give me a franchise right now where if you were the star, you could carry it if you had the skills and all that stuff. But you are you. You look the same. Everything else.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Jumanji.
You could be
Kevin Hart's character.
Oh, good one. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Good one. Good one. You against The Rock. You get the size difference. Everything else. It would totally work.
Yeah.
You're right. No,
Yeah.
you're right. That's
How
a
about
good
you?
one. Who could I be? Like I'm not like a big muscly guy, so all of those action roles are
You could wear a bodysuit.
are out. Like fake muscles?
Yeah.
No, come on now. That's not cool. Who could I be?
I'd like to be in the Goldbergs.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, you could. Who would you be in the Goldbergs though? More, you'd have to be the dad at your age.
No, I could easily
There's
cast
no-
as the son.
Don't say whatever,
He's
dude.
in junior high.
Look, if I shave,
Yeah.
he looks exactly like me.
No, more. If you showed up if you showed up at your age on the Goldbergs, okay, they would think that you and those two parents were a throuple.
Yeah. Nah, they're gonna write you in as an uncle.
Yeah,
No
you're the
way.
you're the uncle, like at least the uncle.
Me and Sean Giambroni, same guy.
Hold on here. Who is the uncle on the Goldbergs? Who plays that guy?
Like the actor?
Yeah.
Oh man, that
Okay, it's a Daniel Kevin Fogler. Maury, what year were you born?
78.
So Daniel Kevin Fogler was born 76.
Oh, yeah, you're the
So
uncle.
yeah, you're the uncle, man.
Wait.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's no way that you're going to be playing a kid on that show.
Yeah, you are the uncle on that show.
Hey, just happy to be there.
You're like
Yes.
Steve Sanders, still like in 90210. 30 years old, still in high school.
My second
Yeah.
option was going to be Kieran Culkin in Succession.
No, you
No
could not do that.
way.
No
Absolutely
way.
not.
No.
No, you are not. I don't think you could pull off being that vile of a person and the way he speaks to people as well. I don't think that you'd be able to do that on camera.
No. But yes, the uncle on the Goldbergs for sure. Who could I? I'm trying to think of a franchise here. Like who?
I could see you as the king on House of Dragon.
Really? See, I haven't seen that show yet.
I could see you as John from Yellowstone, with Kevin Costner's character.
He's old though. He's like 80.
No, he's not
And?
80.
I could be how old's Kevin
Rip,
Costner?
Or even Rip. I could see you being Rip.
I don't get the tough guy vibes from you though.
But could I act that though? You know what I mean? Like, could I act that? Because
yes.
you know what I mean? Like, but physically, I have to fit into that. Like, I'm not. Aside from my height, I'm not like an intimidating body, right? Like that's I think the
What about
problem
the old guy in the barn from Yellowstone? Remember?
Oh my god.
That guy. Roz,
The
give me
old
that
guy in the barn.
Yeah, that guy.
The one who Rip destroys and says, "I'm sorry" to?
Yeah.
The old guy.
That guy. You
That
give me
guy's
him.
like 80.
Yeah, Yellowstone.
They're all like 80.
Okay, what
that
about
guy.
Christopher Maloney and the new Law and Order show? You could do that.
I could do a cop series.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I could 100% do a cop series.
You could be like Grissom from CSI.
Yes. You know
Gil
what else?
Grissom.
You know what else I could do? Without question, I know I could do this. If you gave me enough time to train, I would be able to do this no problem. But I could 100% walk onto a John Wick movie.
Oh wow.
You know what? Yes, you could.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even if I'm playing the Russian bad guy,
Yes.
I could 100% fit into that world.
I could also see Roz as one of the bikers in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Right?
could do that.
Oh, you could take over for Evan Peters on the new Dahmer show.
Oh.
You think I want to play Jeffrey Dahmer? Catherine started watching that show without me. She was like, why does this even exist?
Matthew and I are on episode 7.
Yeah.
You know what?
I don't know.
I saw everyone
I don't
tweeting about it
know.
on the weekend because I know it just came out. I think I'm good without that show, or sorry, that documentary or show, I guess, in my life.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
gonna skip
fine until the deaf guy stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Don't.
messy.
Yeah.
No,
I don't.
don't say anything,
Yeah, no, I'm
and-
fine. No, I think so. I think
Shem,
that we're
what
good.
about you?
My first thought is to go Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us.
Oh,
like
yeah.
playing one of the versions of him. You
Yeah.
know, like when they do the time lapse.
Yep.
In terms of a movie, I don't know why Axel Foley, like Eddie Murphy's character in 48 Hours, is the one that kind of comes to mind.
Okay.
For myself.
Yeah.
those
But
two.
he's young. Like you got to be able to play the rookie. You know what I
rookie,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I think you may have aged out of rookie years. But I would say this. Do you know who I think that you could very much play, Shem? Is my favorite thing that Don Cheadle has ever done was Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, I
good
think
one.
that you could be Don Cheadle in Boogie Nights, where he's the porn actor whose dream is to own a stereo shop. I think that you could slide into that world.
Sounds like an autobiography.
Let's get back to the phones real quick. Yo, Sun Star, what up? It's Roz Mocha.
Hey.
How are
going
you?
on?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
man.
What's your question for the room?
My question is, Mocha, would you ever shave your beard? And Roz, would you ever shave your head? And if yes, how much would it take?
I would shave my head if I started losing my hair.
Yeah.
Right?
Smart.
Yeah, I think I would have no problem with that.
But
I would
I
just
don't
be
think
the
that
bald
you're
guy
anywhere-
with a beard.
Anywhere near that.
No,
You have
like
a head full.
Yeah, like I'm closing in on 50, and I haven't really lost much. I've lost a little. Like it's a little thinner than what it used to be.
Can't tell.
But also, I wear my hair's always a little bit long,
Yeah.
right? And I know that if you have thinning hair, sometimes that makes it look more thin.
Mm-hmm.
But other time, like it's just my hair because I don't do my hair. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I come in when my hair's like perfectly combed and stuff like that. Like my hair's always just sort of messy anyway. And so, but yeah, if I did start to lose it, like in like a forehead back kind of way,
Sure.
I would 100% just shave it off.
Yeah. and
Absolutely.
I'm not shaving my beard.
No.
I've had the clean look before.
Yeah.
I'm not. I much prefer having a beard. I'm not
Yeah.
going to go back to the
When was the
clean.
last time? Because I remember there was a time where you shaved it off and you came in and I was like, whoa, didn't even look like you anymore.
Maybe 2011?
No, because you had a
it
tiny little
before?
mustache and goatee for a long
Oh,
time.
you mean completely?
Yes, there was a time when you came in and you were totally shaved and it looked weird.
It was recent, like within the last 5 years.
I would say in the last, I think it might have been about 5 years
No.
ago.
It's why we
Definitely
were
not.
up. It's why we were in this current studio.
Was it?
Yeah.
No
Yeah?
way.
I remember
Absolutely
that.
not.
I'm
No.
1000%.
No.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Maury.
No, because 5 years ago,
Yeah.
Like
No,
I think
the
it was
only
around
time-
when Cruz was born.
I always had it. It was short. It was like a little bit of stubble, but it wasn't like clean shaven. Definitely not. I think the last time I was really clean shaven
Go through your pictures more because you probably have pictures from.
when
I think it was because
when,
Cruz was born.
No.
No.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Oh, maybe.
No,
What about your
definitely
wedding?
not.
You had a beard at your wedding?
Yep.
Okay.
The only time that I could remember was when we were upstairs in the
Yeah.
other studios.
Yeah.
We had Hulk Hogan in here.
Yeah.
And I shaved everything off except for the mustache. I did the handlebars just like
Yeah.
Hogan, right?
Yep.
And then
yep.
when I got home that day, just to start the regrowth, I shaved everything off to be
No, it was
clean
way after that.
to start fresh again.
Right.
But I don't.
You don't. I remember because it affected me that day.
Oh,
like when I
really?
saw you. Yeah, because
Oh.
you was like a little kid when you see your dad and he shaves everything off, right? It's
That's
weird.
That's the other
It's
reason
weird.
why I won't shave everything because
No.
I think it would freak my kid out.
Yeah, of course
a
it
little bit
does.
too much.
When my dad used to come out of the bathroom like once every 5 years with no mustache, it was like weird. I
Yeah.
was like, who the hell are you?
Same with my
also,
dad.
get off mom. you know what I mean?
Yo, Sunstar, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for the opportunity, guys.
Right
I
on,
love you
bro.
guys.
Right
wow,
on,
we love you
too.
right back. You take care.
All right, take it easy.
So much fun. Thank you for all of your questions. Keep them coming in. On Instagram, we post a picture once a week at Kiss925. It simply reads Ask Roz and Mocha, and your questions come from the comment section. So keep them coming in. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.